Hi, this is Carly Queen 113, and this is my review of Fairy Tail Chapter 480. I'm reviewing Chapter 480 because it was a really good chapter. It had a lot of good setup, and it had brought up some interesting ideas, and it also left room for it to be interpretation for certain things. So, to start off, we have this thing where Natsu is thinking Brandish. That's not really that important though. But this part is important where Brandish warns him about August, where it says August is the month of fear. And basically, she's talking about August. He's a terrifying person, apparently. The first threat, and probably one of the strongest, if not the strongest, Spriggan, I'm guessing. But I'm not sure what the legend behind him is, but I'm kind of scared. I'm kind of curious to find about that. Anyways, after that we go to the thing where they're fixing the guild, and Macrob apologizes for breaking it. Whoopity doo dah. But a part that was significant, aside from the thing about August being super powerful, although all the Spriggan have supposedly been super powerful, and none of them have really, not many of them have really have really made an impression. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. Anyhow, it just seems that TARDIS was a lot harder than them. So, next we come to the part where everybody's looking for the verse, and it turns out the verse is gone, and that's because she's downstairs with Kana, and she's going to her body. And this part kind of threw me off because she was all like, as expected, my body's, Jacob's defeat of me cracked the lacrima. So she tells Kana that she needs to use fairy glitter against her to destroy the lacrima, which is kind of crazy. I mean, and then Kana of course doesn't want to do it, but I'm also like, if she does this and destroys Mavis's thought projection or whatever, they're not going to be able to talk to Mavis anymore. She's not going to be able to help them. Unless somehow by destroying that, she's actually going to wake up in that lacrima. I don't know, or outside the lacrima. Then she could talk to them, but my guess is she's going to use that against him. But I'm not exactly sure what it is. And then she thinks it's going to defeat him. But yeah, she wants Kana to destroy her, and Kana's like, I can't do it. But she says she has to do it to defeat Clara. And I think it's really neat to see Mavis's determination to do whatever she can to protect her guild. And I really wanted to see what was going to happen next after that, but then switched to Northern Fiore. And this was another part that was really crazy because we have Gajeel and them saying, well, we gotta do this, we're gonna take care of everybody, and Sabretooth is going to help us. But then, this was the part that kind of freaked me out, was the reason why it's called the Northern Gravestone was they have all been destroyed. All of them, and they're all hung up and crucified. It makes me think if Blard, who did this, was it the Bardman? Because he was really strong. He could destroy people from the inside out. Are they all dead, or are they mostly dead? I mean, Yukino's alive, but I don't know about anybody else. So it's really, really dark, and of course everybody's messing with the girls, like, ooh, look at this booty and all that kind of stuff, and it's just really, really gross, but sad to say sometimes more is like that. Anyhow, after we get to that part where Sabretooth and everybody was completely destroyed, it makes me freak out because I don't know how Gajeel and everybody's gonna do against everybody, and I don't want them to defeat the guy easily, because then it would just be like Sabretooth and them were too weak. But I don't know. Anyhow, after that we go back to the Southern Heart, and this is another part that brought my attention was when we see what Jirella and Urza are doing. Like they're going to meet Nineheart when everything surrounds them with darkness. And it says, well, we've got ourselves quite a reunion here. Darkness said, brings you back, doesn't it? And then Simon. And everybody's like surprised because they know he died. And it makes me wonder, was he brought back or was he a projection? And Joel's like, you're alive? But then it turns out that he's not at all. He's just some kind of picture, maybe a projection, whatever, but not the actual thing. Maybe it's kind of like, or maybe it is. Maybe it's kind of like the, what's his face? The guy who was moving Silver. But we go to this part where Conker's like, my brother, and he's like, it's not your brother, stop it. And then we see Nineheart. And he's like, what you're seeing is a story, a tale of love, friendship, family, betrayal, and death. A beautiful, sordid history indeed. So I'm curious if he's some kind of like necromancer type character or illusionist. I'm not sure, but the next chapter is called History of Corpses. And I'm wondering if it's about Nineheart, about Mavis, mostly Nineheart, or about Jalel and what he did. But I'm curious about what's going to happen, so my thoughts on this chapter was like, what's going to happen to Mavis? It kind of destroys thought projection. Is she just going to disappear? Or is she going to become alive again? That doesn't make much sense, but possible. And then, what does she plan to do with it? I have no idea. Maybe I don't know. What do you guys think? So that part was was interesting. Then we have the part about when Nineheart is revealed. We find out that August is supposedly a real threat, and the northern front has been completely decimated. This seems like we're coming to a really dark part of the battle, and I'm wondering what this is going to lead up to. But I am curious about the next chapter, and I'm probably going to do a live reaction of that one too, just because of the name is so foreboding. Other than that, though, thank you for watching, and tell me what you think, or what are your thoughts? What's going to happen to Mavis if their thought projection is destroyed? How are Gilgil and them going to defeat Prideman? What is Nineheart's power? And why is Simon there? Tell me what you think in the comments and whatnot, and thanks a lot. Bye. Have a good day.